This is Ashley Jackson, head coach at Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Hi, my name is Jairo Salazar. You are joining us here to the pregame match show, and I'm joined by Aiden.
How are you, Jairo?
And today we'll be talking about today's game, Amityville Warriors versus Harborfields Tornado. And let's talk, before we even start that, Aiden, let's talk about last game. Amityville Warriors had to go against Islip, the Buccaneers. They lost 61-22. Pretty bad game. And overall, the main performers over there was Aja Francis, was Tyra Mathis, and Michaela Warwick, getting a total of 6, getting most of the points. What do you think, Aiden?
I think that they had a good performance over how many points that they scored. It wasn't a great game for Amityville, but they're looking to do better this game, and hopefully they can do better than they did last game.
Well, of course, every team wants to do better than last game. First quarter that they had against Amityville had 2 points, but Islip literally outperformed them 10 times, getting 20 in the first quarter. Second quarter, Amityville just beat them by 1 point, where the works of Aja Francis, a sophomore, and senior Soraya Mathis also helped. Michaela Warwick playing like a boss on the court field, playing defensive, playing offensive, playing great overall. And then overall, in third quarter, we start to see a decrease of the Warriors, only scoring 7 points in total to Islip, which scored 19 points in total.
It was not a fun quarter after the third quarter. After the third quarter, everything went downhill. Everyone was in a bad mindset thinking, oh, this game's over. And they had to keep a good mindset to do it. If they would have kept a decent mindset, they would have been able to hopefully pull off more points than they did.
Obviously, but if we enter the fourth quarter, we can see that Amityville could not continue the form that they had from the second quarter and almost into third. It was almost like a repeating themselves. Basically, Amityville only got 5 points in total, and Islip got 15. 3 times better than what they did, which shows the level where Islip is at and Amityville is at.
It's definitely showing the difference between the teams. I actually got to talk to the coach, but we'll get to that later. So they did triple their points in the fourth quarter, except they just want to. Their goal is to just get the win, and they're trying to get the win by playing the way they're playing, and it's not working for them. They're definitely going to have to change up their play style.
Obviously, but before we even continue talking about that, let's talk about today's game for a bit. Today's game is Amityville versus Harborfields. Harborfields has been having a horrible season so far, losing 6 of the game, losing only 11 games overall. But what do you think? What do you think of today's game, Abe?
I think that Amityville hopefully will be able to pull it off. They have a few rookies coming up. From junior varsity into varsity, so it's their debut, and hopefully they do good. I think that they will do fine. They just have to breathe and keep a good mindset.
Thank you, Aiden, for those words, and we're going to head over to the coach's show and be right back.
Hi, I'm Aiden Fonsero here with Amityville's coach, Ashley Jackson from the Amityville Broadcasting Network. How are you?
I'm well. How's everything?
Good. Your team has gotten off to a slow start in games, including only 2 points versus Islip. How can your offense get to a faster start?
So we're just taking it quarter by quarter. We played on Saturday. The goal for the ladies were we just wanted to just score 5 points a quarter, and we was able to establish that. We talked as a team. We just didn't want to go through into halftime in single digits or just having no points. So I think that the ladies really focused on it and really owned it. That goal just to okay, let's not go into halftime with either 0 points or just 2 points. So it's just, I guess, to answer your question is, we started setting small goals to just really answer your question. Small goals.
That's great.
Last game, sophomore Asia Francis scored 13 points, including 2 3-pointers. How do you see her improving as a player and a person?
She's been improving in the past 2 games. She's been listening a lot better, and that's just what I've been asking out of Asia is just to trust me and to listen. And anytime that she goes out there on the court and she's listening and she's trusting what I'm asking her to do, she plays successful every time.
That's great. Other than Francis, as the season unwinds, who do you think will be the rising stars?
There's a bright future for Alana Henry and Shajel Morgan. There's a really good future out of those 2 ladies. They're very young. They're just growing into their bodies right now, so I'm like really excited to see what those 2 are gonna do.
Okay, Harvard Field has 1 win this season, and it was against Amityville. What adjustments are you looking to make?
Same thing that we've been going through this weekend. Setting small goals, and the ladies already know what our goals are today coming into the game with it. So I'm hoping to see if we could just chip away from our game on Saturday. We could bring that same type of energy in for today.
Last but not least, what are your keys to the victory?
Well, the keys today just to play well. You know, we just want to play well. We would just want to play hard. I want the ladies just to listen to what I have to say and what Coach Taylor has to say. And I think that if they just do that, we could be successful today.
Okay, thank you for the interview. Have a nice day.
Of course, I appreciate you. Thank you.
And we are back. And honestly, hearing that, Aiden, what do you think the coach's plan is going to be overall?
I think it's to just have the girls play well, be able to play in a aggressive play style, and to be able to get the ball in the net, and that's just to have a good mindset.
Last time Amityville went against Harborfields, it was at their own court. Sadly, Amityville could not win against Harborfields at their own court. And first quarter, Amityville had the score of 12 in the first quarter, where Harborfields only had 15. Then second quarter, they kind of died off a bit. They couldn't continue their streak that we're having, only managing to get 3 out of Harborfields only getting 15. Then the third quarter shows a little bit of progress, but in reality, nothing really new. We see Amityville only getting 3 in total. No, not 3, my bad, 6 in total, where Harborfields only got 17. Now that shows a gap that's expanding over them. In fourth quarter, Amityville Warriors kind of kept Harborfields in lockdown for a bit, being more defensive, being able to counter on what they can do, getting 4 points. But Harborfields only able to get 6 points in a total of 25 to 53.
Another game that was a long shot of a win for Harvard Fields. I believe that if they play more aggressive and they play more defensively, and if they keep their offense and defense awake, they can definitely do better this game. If not, get the win. It's not a good score for it was last game. Hopefully they don't lose as bad as they did. They just have to go for as you guys heard from the coach saying that they just have to go for small goals. If they do that, they definitely have a chance to beat Harvard Fields.
No, I totally agree with you on that, Aiden. But let's talk about more about Harvard Fields in their season so far. Last game they had was against Sayville, losing by 30 points, which was a total of 49 to 19. That shows the level where Sayville's at in total this season and where Harvard Fields might stand against Amityville.
I think that it definitely shows that Amityville might have a chance against Harvard Fields. They did lose to Sayville last game. Sayville is a good team. Amityville has lost them in the past. But I think that if Harvard Fields uses the strategy that they used last time against Amityville, and Amityville figures out that strategy, they will definitely be able to know how to get past it offensively and defensively.
Let's talk about one of their main players that have been performing for them lately. It's number 14, Kira Adamowicz, who has last game they had against Amityville with 6 points. Also, number 21, Sadie Dictilli, who could be some problem for the Amityville Warriors today's game. But what Amityville Warriors have is number 11, Asia Francis, who has been on fire this season.
She is definitely doing amazing this season. If she keeps it up against Amityville, then that will not be good for Amityville, but it will be great for Harborfields. If she plays as aggressive and as good as she usually does offensively, Harborfield definitely will be able to pull it off. But I think Amityville's defense could stop them if they stay awake.
Of course, always. You gotta be awake on every game, every throw, every free throw you have on the charity line, on the paint. Everything is worth something because Harborfield is looking in as a decent team from what we've seen against their last game against Amityville and throughout the season. Not as good as what we can expect from the school of Harborfields, but from Amityville, we know that the Warriors don't give up. Even if it shows their statistic isn't that good, they will continue to put up the pressure and try to get that win. They're hoping to break their deadlock of losing 6 games in a row.
They definitely need to break that streak. If they don't break that streak, it will not be good for Amityville. If they keep up the way that they've been playing Amityville, they will have a chance to win. They just won't have as good of a chance as they usually would if they played awake. If they keep using good communication, they keep a good mindset, and if they play as a team and together, they will do good. I can definitely see Amityville taking the win here, but I can also see Harvard taking the win. It's going to be a close game.
Obviously, but let's recap on last week's game. Was boys varsity going against the Islip Buccaneers, which was on Saturday, where Joshua Fix Stalling had a hell of a go. Where he been helping his team defensively, offensively, committing fouls which was tactical and smart enough for him, and helping. In my opinion, he was the man of my match. Where the final score was Amityville winning with 54-44. As I said, Josh Fix Stalling, my man of the match. But right behind him, I think Sherwin Johnson also played a key part of it.
Those two did amazing during the game. Jacob played.
About the Buccaneers for a bit. Number 10, Lars Heimlich. What a guy do we seen. Man was dominating the Amityville Warriors for half of the court, half of the quarters, having in total 15 points in the first quarter.
15 points is a lot against Amityville. He had a good game, but they still weren't able to pull it off. But the way he played, he was awake. He knew everything that they can do. He had a good mindset, and he was communicating with his team and his coach, which is definitely something you need to pull off a win.
Let's talk about the size of Islip for a bit. They look the same size as Amityville, but some of the guys are a bit older. Heimlich, only a junior this year, looking to probably place All-American by the performance he's been playing.
He's been playing a great season. I can definitely see him getting All-American. If he keeps playing the way he is, then that would be great for Islip.
Talking about this game, what I talked with Coach Thomas was that he, in a few years, 1 or 2 years, give it no doubt that the Amityville will be looking to make playoffs and hopefully bringing back a title.
I think that's their goal for every season, not just this year, not just next year. It's going to be every year. They definitely want to go for that win. A win is one of the most important things for Amityville. If they just keep playing the way they can, the way they know how they can play, they can definitely make playoffs.
All right, don't go anywhere, because today's match is Amityville Warriors versus the Harborfields Tornado. We'll be right back with how the game goes.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding, Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una mascarilla para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas y sábanas, por ejemplo. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para más información visite cdc.gov/coronavirus-es.
This is Jada Robinson, point guard for Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we're back from commercial break. Hope you guys didn't go too soon, but we're back. The Harborfields Tornadoes have arrived, and today we'll see if the Harborfields Tornado can take over Amityville Warriors in today's match. Aiden, they finally arrived. You've seen them, we've seen them, the size of our Warriors. Who do you think has the advantage in duels?
I think that the Harborfields Tornadoes do. They definitely look like they're taller, and taller people can always do better with rebounds. They have the height advantage. The height advantage is definitely going to help them out, but we'll see.
So, talking about for a bit, Harborfields has been having a good season. A bunch of seniors on their team, a bunch of juniors, and barely any freshmen or sophomores. What do you think that this means for their team and the total of their stats so far in the league?
I think that having less younger people could be better, but the less younger people they have, the more that they know what the other team can do. So let's say you have a senior, a junior, another junior, another senior, and then a freshman. There's going to be that one person, which is a freshman, that's going to be a little confused and can throw down their game.
Very true. But Harborfield's main player looks to be Kira Buckley with a total of 12 points last game against Sayville. And Bridget Hickley and Sophia DeCilio with a total of 2 and 3. so far this looks to be an interesting match where some of their stats compared to ours, it looks very similar. And I'm gonna go with a long shot that Amityville Warriors are gonna find a way to be defensively more better than them, but the offensively is where they're gonna lack because you never know. As you said, Aiden, they have the height. Some of them are very tall. You never know. They could, if one of our Warriors is trying to go for the rebound, they could able to get it and counter.
They could definitely do a lot of turnovers. So turnovers are definitely better for the team because the more turnovers they have, the more chances they have to score. And if Amityville gives them a chance to score, or Hartfield gives Amityville a chance to score, they will definitely uprise and definitely take some nuts and score some points.
Boys basketball, it looks to be more competitive than girls basketball and over the years, but we have seen it here. Girls basketball can just as be competitive as boys. Maybe if different captains were there, different mentality states could be there. Not all fun and games for an Amityville.
I agree. So the more that they have with captains could be definitely change the game up. Other people's mindsets could help out, but every player has to have they all have to have a winning leader mindset. So the better mindset they have, the more communications they have with their coach and the other students, that will definitely do good. So what do you think about that, Hyra?
I think it's going to be a good game, but this is today's game. This is the pregame before we even start. Harborfields just arrived, warming up their team, but this is Amityville Warriors versus Harborfields Tornadoes on our home court. Now, let's talk a bit about wrestling. One of our very own our wrestlers, Deontay Wilson, continues to be a member in North Carolina State and is highly ranked in their team.
He is a huge dude. He's got muscle, he's got strength, and he's also got speed. That is all the good qualities you can have for wrestling. The better you are wrestling comes with a prize, and the better ranked you are, the more people are going to look at you and want you.
But Deontay used to be an alumni here and has been really performing for Amityville in total. Literally, if you look at the banner for wrestling, his name is up there. He has been one performing and for the last 2 seasons, Wilson, who is 60 to 27 overall in the 4th season with N State, has reached the round of 16 in the NCAA tournament, and the Wolfpacks finished 6th as a team. That's really impressive coming from an alumni from our own school.
That is definitely very impressive. We were definitely glad to have him here as a student and as a competitor. He's going to continue dominating in NCAA. The Wolves are a great package team. With him on the team, it makes it a million times better. He is a bulldozer. He's definitely got the strength to do amazing. He is a great competitive, great player. He's got everything you need for a wrestler.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's talk more about recent seasons. Juan Ponce, boys varsity soccer. What a player! I played with him as one of his teammates. Amazing player, amazing character overall. Really a good person overall. He wants you to get better. You can tell by the way he performs, but he's really a down-to-earth person if you really know him. This week, he has went to Kentucky to get an All-American award, which not very few players get. That is an award for the best players in Long Island and around the world in the United States.
That is a very interesting fact. I actually never knew that. I actually knew Juan Pounce. He was a great soccer player. I didn't know he went to Kentucky for All-American award, but An All-American award, that is like winning a Nobel Prize just for soccer. That is an amazing accomplishment.
Honestly, I have talked to Juan for a bit, and he has received offers from Boston, Brooklyn, and some from out of New York. All D1 schools. The future's looking bright for our very own Juan Ponce.
A lot of the soccer players are getting calls from D1 schools that actually deserve it. A lot of players, including Juan, deserve what they got. They trained, they worked their hardest to get what they want. And that is what he deserves, and I'm glad he got the D1 scholarships.
Everyone here is very proud of Juan because coming from a line of a family who plays, look at his brother Carlos Ponce, who also won states finals, but sadly he couldn't win. He couldn't finish it. Couldn't get states. But overall, getting All-American, and he said so himself in 2017. He said that when I'm a senior, watch, I'm gonna get All-State, and guess what happened? He got All-State.
He definitely deserves what he's gotten. He worked, and he's trying to follow in his brother's footsteps. He's trying to make the family proud, and that is exactly what he's doing.
You know who we should talk about since we're talking about soccer? Bryce Cherry. What a guy. What a guy. Helping Amityville, along with Juan Ponce, don't mind you that, to a Long Island State finalist. What an amazing player.
Bryce Cherry and Juan Pounce as a team, that is an incredible matchup. Iconic duo right there. If they stayed in the same school, and if they went to the same school for a D1 school, they would be an iconic duo. And they definitely earned states finalists. I'm proud.
Now, Bryce is an amazing player. For someone who has played with him, definitely, he's a clinical finisher. He knows when to play, know when to pass, know when to attack. And arrow duels, you do not want to be with this guy in errors. From what I've heard from him, he wants to go in D1. He wants to be part of the Seawolves.
Seawolves are a great team, and if he continues training the way he is, and if he keeps playing the way he is, and he's a great person altogether, his character is amazing, definitely a great leader. He can definitely make it to the Seawolves. I can definitely see him making it there.
What about the defense? Let's not only talk about the attack and midfield, but about the defense. The captain, Robert Perez, helping only a junior this year, helping them lead all the way to the state finals again. What an amazing game it has. What an amazing player he is. Very calm, very collective. Some games he may be off, but honestly, he's been performing overall.
I've played with Robert a few times. I know him as a person. He's a great leader. He knows exactly when to strike as a defense, but he also knows how to strike as an offenser. He's an amazing player, and only as a junior too. That's impressive.
What about Norvin? He's only a sophomore and playing for and outstarting one of his own teammates who are, let me remind you, seniors, and some of them are juniors. Could it be to the coach's preferability, or could it be to his hard work and dedication?
I think it's his hard work and dedication. He has worked his butt off for weeks and months and years, actually, to become this good, and he definitely deserves to be on the team. He's a great player in general. He's got the leadership. He's got almost every one quality to become a pro soccer player. So all the players on that soccer team that we've mentioned, they definitely deserve everything they've trained for.
That's very true. And before you start saying, what are we doing? Today's game is Amityville's Warriors versus Harborfields Tornadoes, where Amityville's looking to get the revenge and a win on their season this year, where Harborfields have beaten them at their own home field and looking to get another win to their season. Hopefully our Warriors can beat them if on their own court, because we have a bunch of people wanting to root for them, because we have a lot of people who are going to miss the seniors on this team.
A lot of people are gonna miss these seniors. They were some of the freshmen's idols. We've grown up with them. They are definitely qualities of leaders. They worked and dedicated to girls basketball. They are all great players, great people in general. I think that they deserve everything they've gotten. If they use communication, dedication, and everything they've worked for, they definitely can win this game.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Well, honestly, Aiden, I think this game is going to be a real game for us. You never know what could happen. Two teams are both good. Two teams are both bad. But I think predictions is going to be where Amityville is going to take the win for the first time in their season. Where you look at young people like Asia Francis, and Michaela Bloom, both juniors. Michaela Bloom recently just joined the varsity team, pulled up by their coach, and recommended.
Michaela Bloom and Melissa, they both just came up, and I think they can both show what they got today, and they will definitely do good. They have the potential, they have the dedication, they have the leadership. All things that you need to get onto varsity, they got it, and they earned their spot here. I hate to do this, but I think Harvard's gonna win.
Why do you think Harborfields is going to win? Do you have no faith in our own Amityville Warriors, Aiden?
I do, except I think going through their records against Islip, they lost 22-61. Last time, January 20th, they faced Sayville as Harvard. Harvard placed Sayville January 20th, 2022 at Sayville, and they won 49-19. I think they definitely win this.
I totally agree with you, Aiden. I don't agree with you. I think Amityville's going to pull this off. But Aiden, before we even get to start, what are your key points of today's game? Amityville Warriors versus the Tornadoes of Harborfields. Who do you think is going to win today's game?
I think Harvard is going to win. I think that they have to be aggressive. If they play aggressive and they box out during rebounds and they get that rebound, they can make a turnover. And Amityville can score some points. I think that they also have to they have to stay awake. If they stay awake and they use communication, and that's how they win this game.
Okay, Aiden, thank you for your key points. And with 35 seconds left, we will end our pre-time half show. Thank you very much for joining us for a pre-match, and we'll see you next time.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
With 2 weeks remaining in the season, the Amityville girls basketball team are looking to stave off the storm against the Tornadoes of Harborfields. The Warriors fell off short to Islip 61-22 in their last game. Meanwhile, Harborfields had a devastating loss against Sayville 49-19. Can Amityville Warriors beat Harborfields and get a win, or can Harborfields beat them again? Find out now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is Jada Robinson, point guard for Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we are back. And for the Warriors lineup, we are looking at number 5, Michaela Warwick, Number 10, Alana Bonaparte. Number 11, Asia Francis. Number 21, Changel Morgan. And number 30, Soraya Mathis. And for your Harborfield Tornadoes, we have number 2, Bridget Hickey. Number 13, Kira Buckley. Number 14, Kier Adamowitz. And number 22, Kaylee Phelan. Number 42, Jill Newman. And it's looking like a good match for today.
I think it's going to be a great match. I think if both teams will play extremely well, I think they both deserve everything they've gotten since they started playing. I think that if they try and they put dedication to this game, they win.
Obviously, coming after a loss against Islip, you'll see that Amityville Warriors want to win. They want that win, and hopefully this game they will show it.
I think they're definitely going to show it. I think if they play the way they want to, they definitely win this.
And we'll wrap up, and we'll go to where Mr. Asbel will be singing the national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve, one of the custodians of the Amityville Warriors District. That was beautifully sang, Aiden. Don't you agree?
That was amazing. That was definitely an amazing singing from Steve. He's got a great voice.
And now the Warriors are huddling up as the game is about to make way. Can the Amityville Warriors beat the Harborfield Tornadoes? Only time will tell, and you are joining us live in the Ville. Amityville Warriors now is onto the court wearing their all-white jerseys. Oh, and now they're looking to face Harborfields wearing all green with the white letterings. Now as they walk onto the field, we wait for the referee to start off tip. Michaela Warwick gonna take over the tip for Jill Newman. And here we go. Let's see who gets the tip off. The ref looks to get ready. And there seems to be a problem with the clock. The false start as we wait for the clock to be set properly. Here we go, Aiden. Let's see how the game goes.
Hopefully it's going to be a good game for both teams, play fairly. I think that both teams will play a great game. What do you think, Ira?
I think it's going to be an amazing game. We'll see, and we'll see if Michaela Warwick, our very own Amityville Warrior, can get the ball first and the tip off. Each team has 6 fouls that they're both trying to correct. And now, seems that the tip-off is about to begin.
Looks like Jill Newman has the height advantage. Do you think this will affect the way if Amityville gets it?
Here we go. Michaela Warwick, number 5, and Jill Newman about to start off the tip as Amityville's coach starts to say something. Here we go. Michaela Warwick and Jill Newman. And Michaela Warwick. And Hickey gets the ball. Up close. But air ball out of bounds by Warwick.
Looks like Bridget.
Amityville gets the ball. Ref seems to give it to Harborfields. Harborfields Buckley. Inbound to McDevitt. Inbound to Hickley. Pass it to the right wing. And a miss. And Saraya gets it. Now it's Francis. Francis runs down to the left wing. And it's seen and ref calls it for traveling. Harborfields foul, and now we start off with Hickey. Warwick defending Hickey very well. Now 42 Newman gets it on the right wing. Now number 14 Hickey gets the ball and calls for foul. Foul was called on 21. Chanjo Morgan. No score, 7:15 left. And Harborfields gets the first 2. Jill Newman gets the first 2 off to start the game with 7 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Kiera sets it up perfectly for Jill Newman to hit the 1-pointer, 2-pointer.
Bonaparte has the ball. Bonaparte on the right wing. Asia Francis takes it and gets the 2 points to start off for Amityville. 6 minutes and 45 seconds in between the game. Amityville 2 and Harborfields 2.
Francesca hits it up perfectly for
there seems to be a foul for Michaela Warwick. Now Phelan starts the ball. Inbound far sideline. Hickey has the ball. Warwick's defending and passes it to Buckley. And Newman has the ball now. Heading to the right wing. And seems tipped over by Adrian Francis. Ref calls a whistle for jump ball. Ball goes in for Harborfields. Inbound. And Hickey gets the pass it. 22. 14 and Chanjo Morgan gets the ball. And Adrian Francis now running down the court. Passes it to Syra. Warriors versus Harborfields with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left. Newman on the right wing, looking to try to get past Caleb Warwick. Passes it to number 14, Adamowitz. And Hickey gets the ball and goes for a 3-pointer and fire off. Air ball out of bounds, Warrior ball. And score is Amityville 2, Harborfields 2 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Bridget just hit shot. She went for the shot, hit the air ball. Not a great shot, but Amityville's got the ball. Back to you, Hira.
Shot no good by Mathis. Now number 2, Hickey runs down the left wing. Cuts off, passes it to Buckley. Buckley passes it to Newman. Hickey has it, tries to go for the paint and gets the point. 2 points. Now is Amityville 2, Harborfields 4. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remain on the clock. Adrian Francis runs down the court. Passes it to Chanja on the right wing. Francis has it on the left wing going. Passes it to Warwick. Shot doesn't go doesn't go. 14. Agama gets the ball, and now Buckley has it, trying to get past Warwick, passes it to Newman. And Hickley, 3-pointer goes for Hickley. No. Off of Morgan now is ball for substitution, and we see number 10, Anaya Bonaparte going off for Naira Kinnon. Adrian Francis running down the wing, looking to find some options. Passes it to the left wing to Mathis. Passes it back to Francis. Francis tries to go past and goes and call for traveling. Foul. Call for foul.
Francis almost made that in, except they got to travel. So
Morgan has the ball, looking for open. Passes it to Kieran. Adrian Francis goes for the paint and hits off the rim, but Fionn gets the ball and now is running down the right wing. In the paint, up with a shot, but no good. Newman tries it and is traveling. It is Amityville 2, Harborfields 4, with 4 minutes and 7 seconds, 4 minutes left. Adrian Francis running down to the left wing to Mathis, but blocked by Buckley.
the defense was all up on the ball. They got the ball, except Amityville's got the ball now.
Francis running close to the right wing. Pass it to Morgan. Morgan goes for the 3 and no close. Now, Phelan has the ball running down, looking for options. Heading down to the left wing, passing it to Hickey. Hickey goes for 3 and hits the rim. Francis on the left wing running, passes it to Warwick. And it's foul. Ref calls it for traveling on Warwick. Phelan starts off with the ball.
Looked like the foul, but they did not get the call on that. They got to travel instead.
Adamovich has the ball, running down to the right wing, looking for options. Passes Hickey. Hickey looks for the 3. Passes it to Adamovich, has the ball. Goes and ref calls foul. Shooting foul. Harborfields with 4, Amityville with 2, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left on the charity line.
Looks like
for the first quarter, we see Adamowicz.
Man, looks like Amityville's playing a little too aggressive right now. They got 3 fouls already.
And Adamowicz gets the first free throw. Now it's Harborfields 5 and Amityville 2 with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left. Can Adamowicz go for another? And now Harborfields leads with 6, Amityville with 2, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left.
Godowitz hit both of her free shots from the charity line. Looked like a foul, but it wasn't.
It seems to be a scramble in the paint, and Warwick goes for it. And 22, Phelan gets the ball now, passes it to Buckley. Buckley running down to the right wing, looking for options, blocked by Warwick. Passes it to Morgan Taylor.
Shot clock.
Shot clock went off.
Looked like that was a mistake. They're resetting it right now. Officials is telling the people that are working the clock to set it back to 25 seconds.
Inbound for Buckley. Now Hickley has passed it to Hickley. Now Buckley has it. Goes for 3 and very close. Adrian Francis starts off running down the court looking for options. Passes to Mateus. That's to Warwick. Warwick back to Francis in middle court. And ref calls it for traveling. Amityville is Harborfields 6 and Amityville 2 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Now we start off with Hickley being blocked off by Warwick. Passing it to Buckley. Now we have Newman. To Buckley. And Buckley gets the 2. Now it's Harborfields 8 and Amityville 2 with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. AJ Francis looks for an opening. Passes it for Morgan. Morgan can't seem to get through. Passes it back to Francis. And Francis goes for the 2 and hits off the rim into the board. Now, Phelan gets the ball. Looking for Phelan looking at the ball for options. With Buckley now having the ball. Heading to the middle of the court. Trying to get past Warwick. And AJ Francis steals the ball. A missed pass from Francis, hitting both Mathis and Warwick. AJ passes it to Kieran onto the right wing, passes it back to Francis, and close, but not hitting the target.
Francis had 2 3-pointers in the last game. She was leading the team with 13 points last game against Islip.
Hickley passes it to Buckley now with Morgan Taylor trying. Hickley goes for it and hop the rim. Now Michaela Warwick running down the right wing, looking to get 2 points. Blocked and out of bounds by Harborfield's Newman.
Newman has a height advantage right now.
Rev gives the ball. Harborfields with 8 and Amityville with 2 with 45 seconds left. And Newman seems to get subbed off for number 14, Adamowicz. Francis with the layup, getting Amityville with 4 and Harborfields 8 with 30 seconds left. Adamowicz with the ball passes to the right and goes to Buckley, but number 22 Dupont. Ref calls traveling on Dupont. The shot clock turned off, 20 seconds left in the first. Megan Bakley comes into the game. Passes it to Adamowicz, and Adamowicz hits the ball, hits the rim. AJ Francis running down to the court. 15 seconds left. Passes it to the left wing to Warwick. And not close. 8 seconds left. Buckley running down. 2 seconds left. It is Harborfields leading with 8 and Amityville by 4. Second quarter coming up. Who's this?
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Jada Robinson, point guard for
This is
Amityville
Ashley
Warriors,
Jackson, head coach at Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we are back for second quarter. Harborfields leading by 8 and Amityville Warriors before 8 minutes to the second quarter, and looks to be white ball. Twice ball and heading into the second quarter. Morgan passes it to Francis. Passes to Mateus on the left side. Mateus passes it back. Francis to Morgan. And no good. Buckley passes it to Hickley. What a miscalculation, but Hickley gets it back. And Newman goes for the bucket but doesn't. Francis has the ball.
Amityville's defense is awake today.
Francis to Morgan, Morgan to Francis. Francis to Mateus and goes and doesn't. Hits off the Mathis goes off the board. Touched by Agdamowicz. 8-4 Amityville trail. 7:20 minutes left. 7:20 left. Newman has the ball. Passes it to Hickley. Hickley goes for the basket. AJ Francis now has the ball. Runs up the shot, but doesn't seem successful. Warwick rebound, but now Newman has it. Passes it to Hickley onto the left side. Passes it to Buckley, but ref calls it for traveling.
Coach Jackson was talking to me before the game. I had an interview with her. She had to go 5 points before every quarter, and she's very close to that goal. She's at 4 right now in the second period. They must be going for 10 this quarter, since they only got 4 last quarter. They want 5 per quarter, so we'll see how they do.
Mateus to Francis. Now Dupont. Dupont to up down by Dupont. Ref calls it. Dupont recently called up by JV, looking to make her first debut against Harborfields. Hopefully she can leave an appearance. Now Hickley has the to her sister Hickley. Adamowicz to Hickley. Pass it to Buckley. Now Newman. And hop the board but doesn't go in. Adamowicz tries to go for a rebound. And ref calls. Foul on Morgan. Adamowicz on the free throw line. Adamowicz both have 2 points coming from the free throw lines. Makes that another now with 3. Harborfields with 9 and Amityville with 4. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left into the second quarter. Adamowicz looks to be having another shot on the free throw line. And now it's 10-4, 6:24 left remaining in the second quarter. 4 for 4 on the charity line. Francis to Mateus. Mathis. Ball goes under Francis. Now Hickley has it. Goes for 3, but call for traveling.
Oh, she completely messed up that shot. She must have slipped on the floor, and she missed, and she went straight instead of shooting the ball.
Morgan ball inbound from Morgan to Francis. Crossover dribble, left side Mathis. Francis stop at the key. Bloom to Dupont. Dupont to Francis. Francis to Changel. Intercepted, but Mathis was able to get it and goes for 3. So close, hits the rim. Now Adamowicz has it. Hickley runs down the left side of wing. Hit by the tips on Newman. Now Mathis pass it to Hickley running down to the middle court, to the paint, and blocked by Mathis and Dupont.
That looked like a travel.
Ref calls foul on Soraya Mathis.
It looked more like a travel to me than a foul, but I guess they're calling it a foul.
Number 2, Hickley at the charity line.
Swapping out Chandel Morgan for Bonaparte.
And Hickley gets her first free throw line of the day in the second quarter. 11-4, 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 5th point of the day. And now it's 12-4, 5 minutes and 20 seconds in the second quarter. Harborfields is 6 from 6, both from the line. Coaches both call timeout. So far in the game, we can see that Harborfields has definitely improved from what we've seen throughout their standings.
They've definitely improved a ton. Amityville is at 4, Harborfields at 12, except it says it's 11-4. Scoreboard must be wrong. Looks like they're gonna try to fix that.
The person that has been improving, I've seen has been playing hard in Harborfield side is Hickley, number 2, Bridget.
Bridget Hickley has definitely improved. Her sister hasn't gotten the ball a lot yet, but it looks like hopefully she's going to get the ball and score just as much as her sister is right now.
Both JV kids both getting a lot of minutes. Francis running down and ball dropped and outbound. It'll be overturned off her foot inbound to Harborfields. (11-4), 5 minutes and 10 seconds in the second quarter. DuPont tries to block Buckley to Newman to Adamowicz. Adamowicz to Newman. And foul called by ref. So Amityville Warriors have been playing really good so far, but the points don't describe it at all. Francis to Mateus on the right side. To Caleb Bloom.
One of the people from JV that just got brought up. You could see the inexperience from the turnover. Looks like
Adrian Francis running to the left, going to the paint, and getting hurt too for the day.
That turnover just set Francis up perfectly.
12-6, 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in the second quarter. We start off with Buckley with the ball in middle court. DuPont seems to block, but no work as Phelan gets the ball. Passes it to Hickley. Hickley hits rim. Adrian Francis recollects. Running to the paint and goes for another 2. That's 4 for her today. 12-8. 6 points for today. 12-8. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Ref calls foul.
So it looks like Francis is doing just as we thought for this game so far. It looks like there's going to be a substitute, Hickey for Hickey. Looks like it's going to be a free throw from the charity line.
Inbound. Buckley passes it to Newman, but blocked by Warwick and Morgan. Ball was touched off Green, and now Amityville has ball. All JV kids are out now and started. Francis looking to find, but stolen by Gamowitz, who has been one of the performers who's been playing for Harborfields. Full court press has been something Amityville has been having struggles with, which Harborfields has been continuously doing to them. Ward blocking Hickey, no work. And hits up and foul. Ref calls for foul. Shooting foul and for Phelan.
Looks like there's been a lot of fouls on Amityville so far. 4 fouls.
Standing at the charity line, but misses 1. That's Harborfield's first free throw miss today. Phelan goes for another. And now it's 13-8. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left. Francis with the ball. Francis looks for options, but intercepted by Buckley. Intercepted by Phelan, and Phelan blocked by Aja Francis, getting the height advantage on Aja Francis running, looking for options running down the court, and ref calls for traveling. 13-8, 3 minutes and 26 seconds.
Looks like Francis just traveled again. This is their second time traveling today.
Phelan with the ball now. Pass it to Buckley. Buckley now in the middle of the court. Blocked by Ward. And Phelan with two, getting past Amityville, getting past Bonaparte. Now 15-8, 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. Adrian Francis running past the Harborfield players and called for traveling.
That's Francis's third travel, and two of them were in less than 5 minutes. She was able to break the press. They haven't had a point guard that's been able to do that yet. I've noticed that they are double teaming Francis.
Hickley looks for options, trying to get past Ward. Passes to Newman. Newman passes it to Buckley. An off air ball, and ref calls for foul. It was a shoot foul.
That was a foul on Soraya Mathis.
Can Phelan redeem herself from one of her miss into the? She has gotten the last 3 points of the Harborfields. Phelan lining up her first shot at the charity line, and goes in basket. 16-8, 2 minutes and 52 seconds left into the second quarter. Phelan at the charity stripe, goes again. And 17-8, 2 minutes and 52 seconds into second quarter. Nine out of 10 at the free throw line, which is very dangerous for Amityville if they're gonna keep committing fouls like this. Adrian Francis, passes it to Morgan, but deflects off their hand. Passes it to Buckley. Buckley goes and off the board. Morgan gets the ball, passes to Francis. Francis running down on the left wing. To Mathis. To Morgan. To Francis. Francis looks and call for traveling. Call for double dribbling. Timeout is called for on Amityville's side as the score is 17-8, 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, where Harborfields had more dominance in the last quarter, where Phelan and Adamowicz have been scoring from the free throw line, and maybe Amityville's trying to do a strategy where they can stop Adamowicz and
more than half the points have been scored by free throws from the charity stripe. They got to keep them off the charity stripe by Harborfields. Looks like they're definitely, if they get on that charity stripe, it could definitely be over for Amityville.
I definitely agree with you, but the fouls that Asia Francis is committing is not fouls that you should be committing at a varsity level.
This is a team that doesn't score a lot of points. They got to keep the score close, because if not, it's going to get out of hands.
Amityville Warriors going back on their side of the court. As Harborfield starts to walk back onto the side that the Amityville Warriors are. 17-8, 2 minutes and 26 seconds left into the second quarter. Warriors starts to play a zone defense as Newman has the ball. Newman runs to the paint and blocked by the Amityville. Pass to Buckley. And hits up the rim. Now goes recollected by Mathis to Warwick. Warwick to the paint and blocked by Harborfields, McPhailin, and Hickley. Warwick was going to go to the charity stripe to get some points for her team.
Warwick was very patient on that play. She waited for them to make the mistake. And now Harborfield's going to be paying for it.
Warwick has been one of Amityville's best performances, scoring usually from the free-throw line. And can we see today that if Warwick can continue her streak on the free-throw line, or will she fumble against Harborfield? Warwick on the charity stripe, looking, hits off the rim on her first free throw.
The difference in the game could be hitting your 3 throws or not. We've seen that so far today from Harborfields.
And Warwick, second free throw, just hit off the side of the rim, but recollected by Buckley. 2 minutes into the half, 17-8. Buckley getting past Warwick. Now it's Adamowicz. But Agent Francis seems, by the tip, goes out of the baseline. Harborfields keeps the ball. Buckley starts off with ball. Buckley looking for options. Passes it to Hickley. Hickley goes for 2. And drills it in. 19-8. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Agent Francis passes it to a Bonaparte. Bonaparte gets mistimed. Mathis. And Mathis gets 2. 19-10. 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Great pass from Bonaparte. They definitely set that up perfectly.
Hickley to Adamowicz. To Buckley. Buckley goes for 2 and scores that. Now it's 22-10. 1 minute and 16 seconds. Francis has the ball. And it's called for traveling. Francis has been having a reoccurrence of travels lately in this game.
That's her 4th travel. Harborfields had a 7-0 run against Amityville so far this game.
Hickley has 10 points. Mispassed it to Adamowicz. Agent Francis running to the paint and goes for 2. And now it's 22-12 with 1 minute left. Hickley runs with the ball. 8 points for Francis today. What a game she's having. Hickley goes for 2, but hits off the back rim into the front, and ref calls for foul. And now, my bad, calls for traveling. Morgan starts off the ball, looking to pass off to Francis. Francis on the right side, and with the baseball throw, not projecting her throw correctly. Harborfield's pressing on Agent Francis, causing her to.
Amityville is still having a hard time with the court pressing.
Hickley with the ball, clock has not started. Mathis passes to Francis. Francis now running down the left wing. To the paint. And hits off the board. Morgan recollects the ball, goes for it, but failed. Recollected it by number 22 seconds left, and Buckley has the ball, passes to Hickley. And now it's 24-12. 10 seconds left in the game. Michaela to Francis. 5 seconds left, and ref calls foul for that. Foul is called on Adamowicz. Emmy needs to hurry for her last shot. It's 4 seconds left. Clock starts. Agent Francis walking down. Pass to Mathis. Mathis shoots and hits off the board to the rim. And now it's 24-12 into the second quarter. And we were right back to halftime show right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una mascarilla para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas y sábanas, por ejemplo. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para más información visite cdc.gov/coronavirus-es.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somos fuertes, somos resilientes y superaremos esto juntos. Pero son tiempos estresantes y es importante practicar también un buen cuidado personal. Es normal sentirse abrumado, sin embargo, hay esperanza. Comuníquese con alguien, conéctese con sus amigos, manténgase en contacto con su comunidad y sepa que no está solo. Obtenga más información en wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Gentileza de la National Association of Broadcasters y de esta estación.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
This is Michaela Warwick. I play small forward for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And you are here for a halftime show. My name is Jairo Salazar. I am joined by Aiden. And today's score, 24 Harborfields, 10 Amityville Warriors. This game is not what we expected in terms of the pre-time half show. Aiden, what are your thoughts so far?
I think the game has been pretty good. There's been a lot of free throws that have been made. There's been the Harborfields are 9 and 10 on free throws. 9 for 10 for free throws.
Harborfields have been performing really offensively and defensively. They are really tight. Like during the first quarter, you can see that they were on a little running spree where number 2, Bridget Higley, has 10 points in total throughout the game, and number 14, Kira Damowitz, always scoring from the free throw line. You can tell the Amityville's defense is a bit sloppy throughout the game.
Yeah, as we said in the pregame show, they have to be on their defense and offense. They have to make sure that they stay awake.
Definitely agree with you. Because if they aren't awake, how can they perform onto the best? And then in the second quarter, you see that we have our very own Asia Francis getting 8 points in the first half. Second half getting much better, being more defensive, but starts to commit silly fouls that should not be happening throughout the game. Starts to make travels, starts to commit fouls at the free throw line, where dominance is key to score those free throws. And now the amount of games that she has had, she has scored most free throws at the charity stripe, then only missing one so far.
That is an incredible amount of free throws that have been made.
Because if you eliminate the free throws that they have all gotten in total, the game will be really much closer. But It's all due to the traveling that Asia Francis has been doing and the sloppy fouls that she has been committing. We talked highly of Asia Francis today. You think this is a day where she's off her game?
I would say she's definitely off her game. She's had 6 travels. She has been fouling a lot. It's not looking good for her right now, but I do think that she can definitely come back in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
We still have 2 more quarters. You're definitely right. But Asia Francis, who I talked to recently, before the game started, I asked her some questions about how she felt, how her mentality. She said she feels ready, and I asked her, as a sophomore, as a sophomore coming on into the varsity at a very talented. That shows you how talented you are to be on varsity without being called up. It shows, and I asked her, how does it feel? She said it feels good to be on the varsity team, to improve constantly, but her mentality is saying, to me, she said her mentality was, I'm ready for the game. But what we see is that she's not ready. You think it's the pressure of how she has to perform, but everyone's seeing how good she can be if she maintains this form?
I do believe that it's the pressure, because last game she did have 13 points and two three-pointers made. She was doing amazing last game. I think it's the pressure of knowing that everyone knows what she is capable of and how good she can be. That she knows, in her mindset is, I have to be this good every game. So I think it's getting in her head thinking, I have to do this good.
You know, as an athlete, every game should be like a final game, in my opinion. Every game is either your senior year, sophomore year, or junior year, or even your freshman. But every game is your last. It could be your last game because you never know, injuries could happen. But from a good trainer that I had told me, play every game is like your last because you never know what could happen. And it's okay to have one bad game, but to always look back at it and to perform even better than last time.
That is an amazing saying. It's definitely true. I think that you should always play the game like it's your last, but you should also play it like it's the first, in my opinion, because sometimes the first game can always be the best.
Now let's talk about Harborfields for a quick bit. Bridget Hickey, number 2, has been playing great so far for Harborfields' side, and number 14, Kira Damowitz. But we start to see more of what Harborfields can do with number 22, Kaylee Phelan, and number 42, Jill Newman, who's been playing really good so far for the team. Maybe the coach isn't going to start shifting the players. Maybe we're going to keep them locked in there.
I definitely believe that they are definitely playing amazing. Basically, the keys to the second half for Amityville is to keep playing aggressive, have good communication, and to have the mindset to be, we're winning this game.
That will wrap up our halftime show. Stay tuned because 3rd and 4th quarter for Amityville Warriors versus the Harborfield Tornadoes will be here live on Amityville Broadcasting Network, and we'll see you right soon.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somos fuertes, somos resilientes y superaremos esto juntos. Pero son tiempos estresantes y es importante practicar también un buen cuidado personal. Es normal sentirse abrumado, sin embargo, hay esperanza. Comuníquese con alguien, conéctese con sus amigos, manténgase en contacto con su comunidad y sepa que no está solo. Obtenga más información en wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Gentileza de la National Association of Broadcasters y de esta estación.
This is Jada Robinson, point guard for Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we are back, 24-10, with 7 minutes to go for this. 7 minutes 50, and Hickey starts off, passes it to Fei Lee, but it's called for travel. Ref calls it for travel. Now Morgan gives it to the ref. Ref gives it back to Morgan. Passes to Francis. Francis running down to the left, to the right side. Tipped out of bounds by Adamowicz, who has the height advantage between the two. Inbound, now Warwick has the ball, passes to Francis.
Height advantage can definitely be a big thing in this game.
Ref calls Asia Francis for double dribble. Amityville side has had a lot of over dribbles, a lot from Asia Francis. A lot of double dribbles and fouls. Out of the sideline near from Adamowicz. Ref gives it to Chanjo Morgan.
It's like a little mistake from Gadowitz.
Chanjo Morgan passes it to Francis. Francis tries to get past Buckley. Successful. Pass it to Warwick. Foul called. Foul unclear. Giving it to Moore, gives it to Francis. Francis with the ball. Francis retains possession for his team. Pass it to Mathis. Pass it back to Francis to a Bonaparte. Bonaparte for three and hits bar. Changel hits off rim but goes off. Adrian Francis with ball. Pass it to Changel. Mathis, no good. And Francis draws a foul, attempting to go for two. Harborfields have hit many shots from the free throw line where Amityville's Warriors hasn't really. So here we see Francis trying at the free throw line, going and hits the rim and goes off. She has missed her first free throw of the day.
Amityville is not hitting as many free shots as they should right now.
And Andrew Francis makes it 24-11, 7 minutes on the clock. Hickey has the ball. Gets past work. Passes it to Adamowicz. To Buckley. In the paint, and Buckley hits the rim and goes off. Recollected by Faylene. And it's called for and foul. Given it to Amityville ball. Change up Morgan has ball. Passes to Francis. Francis gets passed. And recollected by Faylene. Run by Buckley. And Adamowicz in paint. Getting that bucket. Now it's 26-11. 6 minutes. 6 minutes and 30 and 25 seconds remaining. They're pressing Asia Francis. And ref calls. Ref calls on whistle. Ref calls whistle for timeout.
They're definitely having a problem getting pressed today. And they're definitely double teaming Francis because she's one of the people that are getting the most points. And she's doing the best out of Amityville right now. It was definitely a smart timeout by Amityville, because if not, she would have turned it over, and that could have led to a point for Harborfields.
From we can see, Harborfields is trying to get Asia Francis to be more committing fouls, and that's why I think her form is going down a bit. Amityville Warriors walk into the court as Harborfields start to walk onto the court. 26-11, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left into the third quarter. Adamowicz with 2 this quarter, with 6 in total. In this. Mathis to Francis. Francis goes for 2. Hits off rim. Recollected by Buckley. Hickey. Hickey running down to the right wing. Into the. Hickey passes it to Newman. Newman to paint. And Newman scores 2. 28-11, 6 minutes in total. Morgan to Francis. Francis to Mathis. Blocked by Hickey to Francis. Francis in paint. And hit off rim, but goes recollected by Faylene. 28-11, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. Hickey has ball. Hickey in recollected by Mathis with height. Mathis running down to the right wing. Mathis in paint and hits off board and ref calls. 4-2 hits and 42. Newman fouls Mathis. So far in the game, Newman has scored the first and last part of the game until now, where we have Mathis at the charity stripe. Mathis at the ball. And now it's 28-12. 5 minutes and 37 seconds into the game.
Amityville is starting to hit their free shots now.
Mathis, another attempt on three throw, hits the rim. Newman recollects, passes it to Buckley. Buckley gets past Warwick, passes it to Newman. And ref calls Newman on travel.
Newman definitely has the height advantage here, which could be a big part of her playing defense. Rebounds could be a huge thing for Harborfields.
Mathis passes to Francis. Francis trying to get past Newman. Pass to Warwick. Mathis goes for three and hits off rim. Recollected by Warwick and challenged by Warwick. Has ball and ref calls. Ref calls travel for Warwick. Rolled around with the ball.
She definitely did good hustle there, except you can't roll around with the ball in your hands.
Hickey with ball. Get past Warwick. Jump pass to Buckley. Hickley outside in paint, goes for shot and hits off the board. Francis recollects on the right wing, running down. Waited and called for travel. Harborfields has been really good defensively and making Asia Francis commit fouls that isn't really necessary in this game.
She's definitely hitting a lot of fouls and a lot of travels. Travels are not good for Amityville right now. Travels are costing them some points.
Hickey around the charity stripe and recollected by Mathis. Hickey tries to airball and passes it to Warwick. And Warwick gets her 2 for the day. 28-14, 4 minutes and 19 seconds left into the third quarter.
Timeout by Harborfields.
So far, Amityville Warriors are starting to show up. Maybe they can get the win.
I could definitely see Amityville showing up. They definitely have a chance to get the win here. They just got to keep the same mindset, communicate, and just keep playing the way they're playing.
Hickley's off the board so far. Maybe Amityville's coach is trying to be more defensive around her, as she is the main person around the team, and not trying to focus on the others. But she should know that because in first half she has gotten 10 points in total, which is really dangerous for the Amityville Warriors. If you subtract the 10 points that she has gotten of the game, the score would be 18-14 so far. That's the amount of points that she has scored.
That is a lot of points, and it would be a really close game if they kept Hickey off the board, and also if they stop letting them get fouls. Fouls are costing them the game right now.
Amityville Warriors walking onto the court again as they're getting ready to try to beat Harborfields' Tornado. Harborfield starts to walk on to their side of the court as Faylene gets stuck with the ball. Faylene to ball. Faylene to Hickey. Hickey to Newman. To Faylene on left side, and just a miss. And Buckley stepped out of bounds. Ref gives the ball to Morgan. Harborfields is pressing. Mathis to Francis.
They're starting to be able to break the
and
press.
Just off the rim. And ref calls foul for that.
Harborfield is pressing, and looks like Amityville's starting to be able to break the press off. Pressing is a huge thing for Amityville for the past 2 seasons.
Change up to Asia Francis, and she gets 3. That's a very good score right there. 28-17, 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third quarter. 12 points for Asia Francis in total. Hickey in the paint, passes it to Dumowitz, but fails to collect it. Dumowitz maintain ball. Ref does not call it. Buckley has ball and paint, and Buckley gets her 2. 30-17, 3 minutes and 26 seconds into the game.
That ends a 6-0 Amityville run.
Francis to Mateus, but intercepted by Domowitz. Now Buckley has ball, running to paint, and gets her 2 again. 32-17, 3 minutes and 9 seconds left into the game.
They broke the coverage pass again.
That's 6 points for Buckley. Mathis with ball. Bass is looking for her teammates. Running down middle court.
Double teaming Francis.
Bass is Bonaparte. Bonaparte goes for 3 and hits off rim, but recollected by Buckley, who has been one of the key points of today's game.
Her and Hickey have been the 2 key points, and if they
Bucket
keep going the way they are.
Ref calls traveling. When ref calls traveling on Newman, who received the pass from Buckley. Bonaparte going out for Michaela Bloom, number 1, and Chan Jiao Morgan.
Another substitute, Mergenthaler for Newman.
Francis with Warwick. Warwick passes to Mathis. Warwick has ball. Pass it. Warwick goes to paint, and passes to Niara. Francis goes for 2. Hits off rim. Collected by Newman. Foul is called on Michaela Bloom, number 1.
That was a person that just got brought up from varsity. She's making rookie. She got called up from JV, and she's making rookie mistakes.
To Buckley. Buckley passes it. Buckley goes for paint. Is in paint. But hits off board. Recollected by Buckley has the ball again. Newman goes for 3. Shot clock at 6 seconds. And ref calls foul.
Another foul on Amityville.
Mergenthaler into the game now. Michaela Bloom finds Mathis. Mathis looking for options. Junior side of the court she was on. Passes to Francis. Francis, one of the key points of the game, but committing silly fouls. Pass to Michaela Bloom. It goes for 2. And just overhead. Foul on 22. No, on 12. On Kieran. On Kieran. Bloom has been playing okay so far, but maybe the pressure's on her.
Looks like she's nervous to shoot the ball because she wants to impress
the coach.
The coach, because she's from junior varsity. She's not used to.
Higley passes it to Buckley. Buckley in paint. Buckley goes for 2, and now it's 32-17. 1 minute and 33 seconds into the third quarter. 6-0 run, all run by Buckley this whole game. Buckley is one of Amityville's worst nightmares in Harborfields. Out of bounds, Amityville keeps it. Referee gives it to Mathis. Number 5, Michaela Work, and for 22, Melissa Dupont, who just got called up from JV. Francis starts with ball. Gets past. Passes to Michaela. Just the rim. Dupont passes to Michaela. To Michaela Bloom. Francis has ball now. Francis passes to Bloom. Francis has ball. Niara. Bloom. And ref calls foul. Hickey passes to her sister, number 2 Hickey. DuPont has a reach-in foul. It is 34-17 with 1 minute left. Hickey passes it to Bridget. Bridget. Offensive foul on Harborfields. Amityville now has possession.
That was number 5, Megan Hickey, that got the foul.
Number 12.
Amityville's got the ball.
Number 12, Nera Kieran passes it to Francis. Matheson for 3. Just off the rim. Collected it by Francis again onto the left side of the wing. DuPont passes it to Bloom. Bloom to Mathis. Mathis in paint. Goes for 2. Hits off the side of the rim.
30 seconds left in this quarter.
Hickey now has ball. Pass it to Newman. Shot clock is off. And ref calls it for travel for number 32, Morgan Taylor. Can Amityville hold on? 34-17, 20 seconds left into the third quarter. Can Amityville hold it for the last shot? 34-17, 20 seconds left. Mathis has ball.
Great movement from
Needs help
Amityville.
Amityville with 14 seconds left. Can Amityville get their points in? Mathis to Francis. Francis dribbles to the right side. Mathis goes for 3. And goes for 3. 34-20. And time is out. That's a good match so far. Ending third quarter. That could be one of the good dem lights for Amityville Warriors. And we'll be back for fourth period.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una mascarilla para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas y sábanas, por ejemplo. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para más información visite cdc.gov/coronavirus-es.
This is Soraya Mathis, guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We are back into fourth quarter where Hickey has ball, passes it to her sister Hickey. To Newman. Hickey passes it to Newman. Newman tries to find someone. Finds Megan Taylor on the right side, on the right side. Collected by DuPont, running down the wing. Passes it to Nero. Failed pass. Mathis has ball. Francis goes for 2. Hits off rim. Collected by Buckley. Buckley on the left side. Buckley running down. Gets past DuPont. To Newman. Newman onto the right side. Into the middle. McTaylor in paint. Bucks it. Has a bucket. 36-20. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left into the fourth period. Number 5, Megan Taylor. My bad, that was Hickley. Francis. In paint. And hits the board, goes in. 36-22. 7 minutes in total. What a game Aja Francis has been having.
Amityville starting to make a comeback.
This is Aja Francis' all-time points, 14. Ref calls foul. Out of bounds. Changel Morgan subbing in for Michaela Bloom. Hopefully, Michaela Bloom hopes that she made an impression on the coach. Morgan Changel starts off, passes to Francis, to Mathis. Mathis looks for options. Passes to Francis. Francis has to get past Newman and is in paint. Passes it to Neron. Neron recollects after losing the ball.
That was great hustle. Great hustle by Kieran. She hustled for the ball and she did what she had to do.
Hickey on ball. Pass it to Newman on the right side. Buckley on the right in paint. Hits off rim. Recollected by Mathis. Mathis on left side. On right wing on the other court. Finds Francis. Francis with ball. Mathis. Mathis goes for three. Skimming off the rim. Buckley has ball running down the court. On right side. Pass it to Hickley. And goes in. 38-22. 6 minutes left remaining in fourth period. Mathis with ball. That's Hickley's first point in the fourth quarter. And second half so far. Double dribble was called. Hickey has ball. Hickey tries to look over to get past Dupont. JV starting season. Dupont with a good interception. Pass it to Newman. Newman passes it to.
Phelan makes a substitute for Newman.
Phelan Morgan has ball. Passes it to Francis. Francis gets past. But Adamowicz. Francis passes it to Mathis. Mathis on right side. Hit his rim. Newman has ball now. Looks for open. Finds Buckley. Buckley running down the court. Passes it to Newman. Newman passes it to Buckley. Buckley goes for three. Hits off rim. Jump ball. Possession is now in favor of Harborfields. Emory Warriors are multiple substitution. Dupont, Kieran, Mathis for Bonaparte, Grant, and Warwick. Buckley passes it, intercepted by Francis, but ref calls foul on Harborfields. Now it's possession of Amityville. Change up. Morgan starts off, passes to Francis. Francis tries to pass it to Warwick, but over the tips. Buckley in paint, goes for it, and hits off rim. Collected by Buckley again. Passes to Bridget. Bridget hits the rim twice. Newman has ball, and ref calls foul.
Foul for Newman. Newman is at the charity stripe, ready to take the free throw. She's got two of them.
Newman has been one of their best scoring at the charity stripe. And that's another miss out of the points that she has scored at the charity stripe. She will get another chance. 4 points. 4 points today for Newman. And a second miss. And whistle blowed out of bounds for and possession in favor of Amityville Warriors. 38-22, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Francis passes it to Warwick. Warwick passes it to Morgan. Francis in paint, but call for traveling.
Another travel from Francis.
That's my mistake. They called that. That's a foul. And starts off with Grant having ball. Grant finds the 5 man. Overpasses it to Francis. Francis in paint finds and his board, but collected by Damowitz. Now Hickley has ball. Tries to get past Warwick. Pass it to Newman. Newman to Damowitz. Kiana Grant recollected, but stolen by Adamowicz. And ref calls whistle. Calls foul on Amityville in favor of Harborfields. 14 Adamowicz will be at the free throw line. Time and score. It is 38-22, 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
It's a very aggressive game from Amityville. Another foul.
Adamowicz has been one of the key players so far in a 4 points today in total, Aiden, with 2 at the line. This game has been really interesting. Amityville Warriors could try to hope that Adamowicz doesn't score the free throw line, but she's at charity stripe and she barely misses. And that's her first miss of the day. I just contradicted myself. Here we go. Adamowicz gets the ball. Her coach is giving instructions, and then she misses. Warwick tries to recollect it, but jump on Phelan. But foul is called on Michaela Warwick, who tried her best to get the ball. It was jump ball. Possession goes to Harborfields for the... Has it to Bridget. Bridget goes for 2 and just misses it. And Adamowicz has called foul. Now possession has called travel. Now possession is for Amityville Warriors. Morgan passes it to Mathis. Harborfield still pressing. Francis trying to get past Newman. But ref calls foul on Newman.
Newman has been another key part of this game. Her defense is on board for Harborfield.
Change up passes to Francis. Francis trying to find work. But deflected by Buckley. Buckley passes it to Hickley. Hickley tries to is in paint to Newman. Newman throws it and gets 2 in paint. 40-22, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What a game Harborfields is having.
Newman with the height advantage again.
6 points for Newman in total game. Stall it. Buckley has it and gets her 2. 6 points for her on a 6-0 run. 42-22, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left into the game. Mathis has the ball. In total, Harborfields has 10 points. My bad, Buckley has 10 points in total in this entire game.
Very interesting play right there from Amityville. Francis passed it under Buckley's legs to Morgan. And Harborfield's Buckley ended up getting it. Very interesting play from Francis.
Amityville side has called timeout, hopefully to try to find a new strategy to hopefully win against Harborfields at their home pitch with 3 minutes remaining at the clock. 42-22, 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. You never know. This game could be changing for them.
It definitely can be. You never know. They can definitely make a comeback. They have the players. They just have to have the mindset and the communication.
Buckley has been playing tremendously for Harborfields this game as well, with 10 points on a 6-0 streak for them.
Bridget Hickey's on a streak too. She is having a game and a half.
In total, we're starting to see where Harborfields lies and how good they are. 10 points in total for Hickey. What a performance she's having today.
Francis also have a good game.
Hickey has ball. Pass to Newman. What a game she's having. To Megan Taylor. And Buckley just hitting the rim. Jump ball is awarded. Warriors ball now. Morgan passes to Francis. Francis tries to get past Buckley. Gets past Buckley and Megan Taylor. Morgan passes to Mathis. To Francis. Mathis in the baseline. Francis. But it's called. Asia Francis, what a game she's having. But a good game, but she's been called a lot of silly fouls. Hickey has ball. What a jump overpass to Newman. To Megan Taylor. To Adamowicz. Another jump ball protected by Bonaparte, but given possession to Harborfields. Buckley has ball now. Pass to Hickley. Hickley goes for 2 and makes it. 14 points in total for Hickley. 44-22, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. 8-0 run. What a run they are having. Morgan gets her 2 of the day. 24 points in total. 44-22, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left remaining. Hickley has ball. Hickley in paint. Hits rim. Recollected by Megan Taylor. Buckley goes for it. Hits off rim. Recollected by Aja Francis. Aja Francis running down to on the right side of the wing. Goes for the 2 and gets her 2 and another 2 for her for the day. 44-26, 1 minute and 40 seconds left remaining in the fourth period. Hickley gets the ball. Getting past Warwick. Passes it to Buckley. Buckley tries to hold on to the ball. Hickley just hits the rim. Adamowicz passes it to Megan Taylor. Passes it to Newman. 90 seconds left remaining on the clock. It was called timeout.
Amityville's starting to wake up. Their offense is starting to wake up.
But it's a bit too late for them. It is the final quarter. 1 minute and 27 seconds left. Let's remind you that it is 44-26.
There can still be a comeback. It's about how they finish and not how they started. It's mainly about finishing strong and preparing them for the next game so they can do better the next game. And learning from how they play. Francis has got 16 points. She's doing amazing this game. Bridget Hickey from Harborfield, Kiara Buckley, Carrie Gadamonic. They are all doing amazing.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you, Aiden, because the Harborfields team has been outperforming what we literally expected. You said that they were going to win. I said that Warriors were going to win. I guess we have to see until the time is over because there's still 1 minute and 27 seconds left on the clock.
There can always be a comeback.
With 21 minute and 26 seconds left. 44-26. Buckley has ball. Buckley trying to go around Warwick. Buckley passes it. Oh, intercepted. Both by Morgan and Mathis to give possession to Harborfield in the baseline. Buckley has ball. Pass to Hickley. Hickley goes for 2 and hits rim. Recollected by Mathis. Buckley has ball again. Recollected by Mathis again. What a game she's having. Mathis running down court. Intercepted by Buckley. What a game running. Buckley has ball. Under a minute now. 44-26. Oh, shot clock at 23. Can the Amityville Warriors score another? And number 5, Bridget Hickley's sister, Megan Hickley, gets her 2 for the day. 46-26. 44 seconds left on the clock.
Another substitution.
Morgan has ball. Pass it to Francis. Mathis. Morgan has ball. 33 seconds left. Francis has ball. Mathis has ball. Can go for 3. Hits off rim. 25 seconds left. Shot clock is now off. Buckley has ball. Mathis has ball. Stolen by Mathis by the baseline. Goes for 2 and hits by rim. Goes collected by her again. 5 seconds off. 5 seconds left. And missed by Michaela Warwick. 2.4 seconds left onto the clock. Can Amityville Warriors get that 2 points just before time ends? and it's a charity stripe to Michaela Warwick. My bad. It was for Saria Mathis, and she gets her first. 46-27, 2.4 seconds left. 7 point in total. Can she make it 8? And she makes it 8. 46-28, 2.4. And that wraps up our game. 46-28. Harborfields takes the victory over Amityville Warriors. The Tornadoes take control of the Ville of today's game. Good game overall, Aiden. We're gonna go to break post game after this break. We will see you right there on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is Soraya Mathis, guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Hi, my name is Howard Salazar. This is the post-match game. I'm joined by Aiden here, where today's game sadly wasn't to the favor of the Amityville Warriors. 46 to Harborfields and 28 for the Amityville Warriors. Sadly, they did their best, but they couldn't get the points.
They did not play as aggressively as I thought they would. If they would have had a great mindset, they would have done a lot better. I'm 95% sure that they would have done a lot better if they would have had a better mindset, and if they would have played against their strengths, not against their weaknesses. At the end of the day, they're learning and they're trying to get better.
Yeah, I agree with you, Aiden, because they played their hearts out today's game. As you can see, they continued to play to the best of their abilities. But knowing how good we didn't know how good this Harborside field was. We seen their records. We thought they weren't as good as our Warriors, but turns out they were. Let's recap on what we saw the first quarter. Starting off, we have Asia Francis getting her 2 of the day, but we have Newman, we have Hickey. We have Adamowicz and Hickey getting points, leading the second quarter to 8 points to 2, which really wasn't how the Warriors wanted.
It was a good game. It was close in the beginning, and then Amityville's defense just fell asleep, and then at the very end, it was a game of runs. They had 4 different runs. 8-0, 7-0, 6-0, 6-0, 8-0, 4-0.
What a team they truly are. You never know what Harborfields can pull up, but most of the games have been pretty incredible. From the plays that have been number 14, Adamowicz has been playing pretty well. Newman, who really turned up. I really didn't expect Newman to play all that good, in my opinion. Hickey, who I didn't expect to be one of their main key performers, but Hickey was on a run. Newman was a run. And mostly, Buckley played her part. I'm not going to lie to you. She played her part of the game for Harborfields, but we got to give it to Asia Francis. 16 points in total for her. I think that's a new record for her in total.
She definitely had a great game. Buckley did an amazing game. She tried her best. So Hickey did good. She had 10 points in the first quarter. That is incredible. Newman did amazing. She had her height advantage for certain things, but that doesn't discredit how good she did today.
Aiden, what are your final thoughts on today's game?
I think Amityville has to learn from what they did and I think that they should work more on playing aggressive and hitting their shots and their free throws. Free throws costed them their game, and that definitely messed up the game. So we'll have to see how good they do next time. So,
Aiden, thank you for joining me for every game. And next game we have is Saturday, boys basketball. Tip-off will be at 8. And we'll see you right there for the post, half, and final thoughts of today's game. Amityville is 46-28. Amityville Warriors lost to Harborfields today's match, but they will get the rebound and will get their win soon. I am Jairo Salazar, joined by Aiden here, and this is our post-match review. Have a good night and see you on Saturday.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.